The pressures of juggling sports, school, family, friends, and a job, that can be overwhelming. If you've been watching the news lately, then you know that 3 female college athletes have died by suicide since March. We have Lauren Burnett, a James Madison University softball player from the Pittsburgh area, was found dead the day after being named Colonial Athletic Association Player of the Week. Then there's runner Sarah Scholes from the University of Wisconsin track team. She took her life earlier this month. Her parents plan to start a foundation in her honor. And Stanford University soccer goalie Katie Meyer was found dead in her dorm in March. And many remember her celebration after stopping a penalty kick to help win the national title in 2019. But the fact that we're seeing these deaths happen, and it's happened since March, people are starting to ask questions. How are we looking at our student athletes? What are they going through? What can we do to make sure that we don't lose another life to suicide? So it's important to speak up and share your feelings with someone you trust. And we want to talk about that. If someone you care about is in distress, don't be afraid of jeopardizing the relationship that you fail to take action. And so that's the message of Counseling and Psychological Services at Penn State Abington. So we're joined this morning by Director Dr. Karen Gold, and then also Mary Kate Smith, a student athlete and peer counselor, and student athlete Mohammed Mansoureh, who says the group has helped him through tough times. Thank you so much for being here as we talk about this important issue. I want to start with our student athletes here. You both are seniors. Mary Kate, how long have you been in sports, and what all do you do?
I've been playing sports probably since I was 5, as soon as I could pick up a ball, dribble, throw. And in college, I played soccer and softball.
Okay, and Mohammed?
For me, I've been playing sports ever since like 4, like different varieties. Like started off with football, then went to track, then I got focused in basketball, like in high school, going to college.
So you guys have been doing this for a while, for years. So Mary Kate, for people who've been seeing what's going on and seeing these students, because obviously they're dealing with a lot. If for someone who doesn't know what the student athlete life is like, how pressure filled can it be?
It can be extremely pressure filled. We've been feeling, as athletes growing up in the athletic community, you've been feeling this pressure since you were younger, going from school, having soccer practice after school, and then potentially having basketball practice later in the day. The pressure has just always been with student athletes since we were young, and I think coming to college, it's almost like the breaking point, and adding in the college stressors as well.
And what is it about college? You said the breaking point. That's interesting. Why is college the breaking point when you get to that level?
Just the higher intensity of play, the level of competition, as well as dealing with academics, dealing with your future career, and the reality is setting in of no longer being an athlete. That's something that I'm personally facing going into my senior year, that I'm finishing up my student athlete career that has been going on since I started school and started playing. So I think it's just the overall pressures and just coming to the end and almost feeling like there's no other feeling than possibly feeling anxious and depressed and under pressure.
And Mohammed, for you, when we talk about those points where you really start to feel it, that happened for you recently in 2020.
Yeah.
Talk about what was going on with you.
In 2020, like I say a week going into the semester, I actually lost my dad. He had liver cancer, and it was fast, going into your junior year. Usually by like your 3rd year is like, you know what you're doing, like you know that you want to be the star player and all this, and it's like literally after syllabus week, he passed away. So like it brought me down where it was like I was kind of lost, and it was like I say bad timing.
Because you were still expected to perform.
Yeah, perform preseason and school at the same time. So it was hard for me to like come back to a sense like, oh dang, I gotta actually come back to the school stuff.
Right.
And basketball stuff, so it was hard for me.
Because people are relying on you.
Yeah.
You know you have goals you have to meet.
Especially as captain, like as team captain, it's like everybody's like, oh, Muhammad, like what's this? What's the next move? What's this? And it was kind of hard because I had to take the back burner with a lot of things.
Yeah, with your personal life, losing your father, like that's a big loss. So how did you get through it? What did you end up doing to help you?
Thank God I have like a good family structure. Like especially when my family's we from West Africa, Sierra Leone. So like family's like very important, and I have good teammates. Like everybody that's close to me, I call them family because they treat me as family. And there's resources at school as well, like CAPS, they like show themselves out a lot. So
Right.
it was very beneficial with that. Like that
So you
helped
were
me a whole
involved in
lot.
that program called CAPS. So Dr. Gold, you work with CAPS. What does CAPS stand for, and how does it help our student athletes?
So CAP stands for Counseling and Psychological Services. And we have lots of different programs to help the student athletes, from individual therapy and counseling to group counseling to skills-based groups to events. So we are very happy to be present for them whenever they need us.
And the important thing, too, is you have peer counseling, which, Mary-Kate, you have been doing.
Yes.
How does that help? Is that just athlete to athlete? Because no one understands like another student athlete.
Right. I did not personally work with other athletes. As a peer counselor, we had referrals. We were referred. Our clients were referred to us, and that gave the client the opportunity to talk to like another student who possibly could be going through the same thing.
Because
And-
by client, you mean a fellow student, right?
Correct. Yeah. Sorry. And yeah. So as a peer counselor, my main priority was supporting my fellow classmates and using the techniques that I've learned in my rehabilitation and human services major, as well as being trained in peer counseling like using counseling techniques. Yeah.
So, Dr. Gold, do you think that this could possibly be the answer, that more campuses, because it's one thing we put up, organizations, we put up a number for folks to call. Do you think the key here is having students be able to relate to each other and help each other through these times?
Absolutely. We really believe that the peer counseling program is going to be paramount in terms of having students being able to connect with each other. So students who may not feel that they want to come to see a licensed professional, they just want to be able to connect with somebody who can really be present and listen to them and also relate to what they're going through, can be really important. And so the peer counseling program is pretty new, but we're trying to continue to grow it and really push it out there.
It's important work. Mohammed, what would you say? Because I think with the news we've had recently of the 3 athletes who I mentioned who passed, I think people at home are thinking, wow, but they're so accomplished and they were doing all these things, athlete of the week, and they won this and that. We thought their life was fine. What do you think people are missing when they look at someone who's winning all these medals and these awards? What is the part that, for folks who aren't student athletes, that they're not realizing?
I think that's basically what like the problem is. Like, I think people don't realize like it's a lot of things that is being thought about, like time. As a student athlete, especially at that level, like all levels across, you want to be the best that you can be, and it's like when it's things that's like factoring in that's outside, it kind of like plays with your mind a little bit. So like I understand, like how their mind kind of was during those times, and it's like it's very difficult, it's very tough.
So as we close out, because I would love to talk more about this, it's such an important issue, but Mary-Kate, what would you recommend to someone who say, okay, I want to make sure I'm there for the student athlete that I know, either if it's my child or my friend, what advice would you give to them?
Be available to have an emotionally vulnerable conversation. I think that's most important. Being able to talk about how you feel. Ask, how is your mental health? How are you feeling on the inside? Have you eaten anything today? Were you able to do your laundry today? And just maybe ask about little housekeeping stuff that you could do to help out.
Okay, because those are the things too. Because they're so focused on sports, the other things of your life just gets out of control. That you don't have a handle on.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you. We thank you for opening up. We appreciate it. And thank you, Dr. Gold. It sounds like an amazing program that we need at campuses across the country. So thank you to you all.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we want to put up the suicide hotline number because we want to remind folks that is always a resource as well if you're in need of help.